what I was getting into. Knocking on the door of your hotel room with nothing but a jacket and some fuck me shoes. I knew it was on. I heard you say, ooh gaga. I knew you were gonna tear your way into me like a present on Christmas Day. I know all about the consequence of getting into bed with you. My heart is saying I don't need that shit, but all of my body is saying I do. Babe, I think that you might be the best drug in Tennessee. I don't care what I gotta do to have it. I am a love addict. Sometimes I think nature has got it out for me. Why can't a woman just get to fuck one night together? Gotta fall in love. So hard to find a good man over 40. I know you're lying when you say that stuff. I just got excited you could get it up. Now I'm matching the drapes to the furniture, and I'm picking out 1,000-count threads. And you're probably insane or a murderer, but I say to myself I'll be good when I'm dead. Babe, I think that you might be the best drug.
I thought I had like 10 more seconds. What happened? Hello. Welcome to Married to Monday. I'm Caitlin Cannon. And the first Monday of the month, I play you something old, something new, something borrowed, and something blue. And thus, it is Married to Monday. I'm trying something new tonight, kids, which is that I'm streaming to Twitch. But I can only do 3 platforms at once on Restream. So, it didn't really feel like that much was happening on Facebook. I probably should go from Facebook, but I've been really neglectful of Facebook, so it just seems like the video is kind of sitting over there. And Twitch is like where all the live stream stuff happens, but I'm over here. It's on Twitch. I'm playing music for one viewer, and that viewer is myself. So I don't know how Twitch works, but I'll just leave it on. What else? Let's see. Hi. Okay. I see Instagram comments. Hi, Steven. I saw you sent me a message today, but I haven't checked it yet. Hi, John. John, what happened when you went into the link that I posted to the story? Were you able to see me in there? Like inside of Restream? Because I was like, oh, I'll just put this up here. Oh, are we ready? Are we? I guess. Hi, John. I guess. You guys are kind of funny. I mean, I don't know if you're talking to each other or to me, but it's funny. Hi, Kyle, if you're here. On the Restream. Okay, John, on the Restream too, but don't know how that works. I know that it's blocking my camera, thank goodness. Oh, well. To each their own opinion. Hi, Tall Deb. Hi, Short Deb. Don't mess with the gram. The gram didn't work last time, remember? So I just wanted to make sure this would work. But I know you guys like to do the comments in here, so we leave them over here. Hell, we don't even know what Twitch is. I know. I just thought I should give Twitch a shot, but I don't know. See you, but my camera and microphone don't work. Oh, weird. Okay, so you could see me in there before I went live, I suppose. I suppose that's what you're telling me. Okay, well, I'm gonna let Twitch kind of maybe do its thing over there and see what happens. All right, you guys. So I put a post up this morning saying that Love Addict reached 100,000 streams last week. And, you might think like, oh, hey, Wade, you might think, oh, that's not like 1 million streams, which is what you need, which maybe I did think that for a minute, but then I thought, like, oh my God, that's so many streams. So many. I want to turn this light on over here. And so I decided to celebrate it today, you know, because it occurred to me, okay, so maybe it takes a year. Maybe it takes a year to get 100,000 streams. And so since that's what it took me, I feel like I can officially play Love Addict as something old now, you know, because I was kind of playing it as something new, because I feel like you can play it as something new while the record is still under a year old. But I think I put out the single in February, so now it's officially something old. And I just feel like it's a celebratory anthem today to celebrate the 100,000 streams. And so if there's anybody I don't know tuning in on Twitch, maybe. Hi, Sean Duran. Hi, Rachel. Yes, you could see me before I went live. It's warning me to be prepared because you could add me to the stream at any time. Maybe I will. You might want to kick out of there. Yeah, I'm looking over here on Twitch and I'm still seeing no activity. Maybe you have to have friends? I don't know. Okay, so the other thing is I'm really enjoying my new Yamaha mixing interface that you guys helped me get. But I can't control the amount of reverb. It wants to do it on its own. So I feel like it's really, really verby, but we're gonna live with it. We're gonna embrace it. Okay, so welcome to Married to Monday. If you're just joining, Caitlin Cannon, something new, something old, something old, something new, something borrowed, something blue, something old is now. Love Addict celebrating 100,000 streams and counting. I knew just what I was getting into, knocking on the door of your hotel room, nothing but a jacket and some fuck me shoes. I knew it was on. I heard you say, "Ooh, gaga." I knew you were gonna tear your way and do me like a present on Christmas Day. I know all about the consequence of getting into bed with you. My heart is saying I don't need that shit, but all of my body is saying I do, babe. I think that you might be the best drug in Tennessee. I don't care what I gotta do to have it. I am a love addict. Sometimes I think nature has got it out for me. Why can't a woman just get the fuck one night together? Gotta fall in love. So hard to find a good man over 40. I know you're lying when you say that stuff. Just got excited, you get it up. Now I'm matching the drapes to the furniture, and I'm picking out 1,000 count threads. And you're probably insane or a murderer, but I say to myself, I'll be good when I'm dead. Babe, I think that you might be the best drug in Tennessee. I don't care what I gotta do to have it. I am your love addict. I gotta take the strap off. Unlike the opposite of putting a strap on, just because I know someone was thinking it. So that, did I play that? I didn't play that last time, did I? Did I play it in February maybe? I feel like I played that kind of recently, so thanks for, we just put it to bed now. I have several more in that vein coming down the pipeline. Oh yes, I do. If you're just joining, I'm Caitlin Cannon. This is Married to Monday. I have just played something old, and now I'm going to follow it with something new, something borrowed, and something blue. But before I do that, can I read you something that I wrote? I want to read you something that I wrote. Let me go over here and see who's here. You are correct. Hey, Magic Smith. Thanks for joining. Hi, January Lanterns. Party time at Caitlin's. Okay, thanks, guys. You played it at Skinny Dennis. Yes, I did. Steve Steven came to Skinny Dennis, you guys. It was amazing. So good to see him there. And maybe I'm going to see you in South Carolina. Maybe. I got to figure out what I'm doing. Okay, so there was this article. Did I talk to you guys about the article in the Times? The New York Times article. There was a New York Times article. I can't remember the name of the woman who published it, or who wrote it, but they were asking for submissions, and I think I missed the deadline probably, or maybe I just didn't read it, but I thought I might actually try to get some press. Hi, Court, you guys made it. Court and I we went to high school together, and we talk like almost every day. And we lived in Segovia, Spain for like a month when we were 16, and we didn't speak any Spanish really, and it was hilarious, and we were best friends. So anyway, there was this article in the Times, and the title of it was "Can Love Be Addictive?" And so I wanted to tell them about my record, but I also ended up writing about my experience with love, because I think a lot of people think that the record, is all about like I said, I'm a love addict. Like I said, I was a sex addict or something. I love you too. And maybe I am, but it's not like they're that easy to parse out. And it's also, there's a lot of complexity in it, and there's a lot of sort of stigma. And so I just wanted to share my story with my love addiction journey, and what I wrote that I submitted to the Times that they did not publish. Okay. I was newly sober when I admitted in an AA meeting that I felt powerless over a man, not alcohol, a man. After the meeting, a woman pulled me aside and said, "He's using love to get sex, and you're using sex to get love." It hit me like a brick of truth to the face. At her suggestion, I joined Sex and Love Addicts Anonymous, packed his belongings into a box, and mailed them to him. I deleted every questionable number in my phone and committed to a year of celibacy as if it were a radical insurance policy against future heartbreak. I was 25 years old. At the end of that year, I even arranged a transactional sexual encounter because I wanted to experience physical intimacy without attachment. At the time, it felt empowered, even responsible. Maybe that was TMI. Maybe it was. I mean, I put it in it. I told the New York Times, but I don't know. It's like we go to these extreme measures to try and like gain maybe some control over the landscape of pain and just complete out of controlledness. And I will talk a little more about that later, because I don't know if there's really any way around that, even though I was taking sort of these extreme measures to be in control, even so much as to hire someone so that a sexual educator, so that I did not have to deal with emotional intimacy at that time, which is a very far pendulum swing. Anyway, SLAA helped me name pain, sort through confusion, and offered support and accountability at a pivotal time. But while abstinence combined with a spiritual program worked well for alcohol addiction, it wasn't the same for love. Some of my wounds couldn't be healed in isolation. I've had to make more than a few unhealthy choices to learn discernment the hard way. As a touring musician, my romantic life hasn't always looked conventional. With time and what I imagine were some hormonal recalibrations, I stopped falling in love with every man I slept with. But I've remained wary of chemical crushes and crashes that follow. I'm aware of certain patterns and compulsions that don't serve me, but I don't necessarily identify as a love addict anymore. So, did I talk about this? Yeah. Last year, I titled a record Love Addict in an irreverent way of examining the part of me that once labeled every surge of longing as a pathology. It was described as body and risque, perhaps too much so for country music, but what I was exploring wasn't sex, it was powerlessness. What happens when the drugs wear off, the slow work of self-honesty. In the end, I think we all want to be loved. The harder work is learning not to abandon ourselves in the process. So that's really, what's behind that song. That's really what's at the root of that song and really the whole record to date. So, if you're just joining, I'm Caitlin Cannon, and I'm doing Married to Monday, where I play you something old, something new, something borrowed, and something blue. And now I do want to move on to something new. You guys, I had COVID. Last week, 2 weeks ago. Yeah. So over my COVID stint, I had a write with Russ Condon. I don't know if you guys know Russ. Russ is so great. Thank you guys. I see your comments. Thank you so much for listening. I'm glad you felt that. Maybe I should have read it a little slower, but it was long. Yeah. So Russ, there's still ain't nothing going on over here on my Twitch. You know what I mean? It's just not what's up. Okay. So, Russ, I went out to Kentucky, did a house concert with Russ at Chris and Jeff's house, met a whole bunch of new friends. Russ and I decided we set up a co-write. And when we were talking about, so this is when I had COVID, so I was already like a little weird. Okay. Cause this might maybe be some kind of an extension from the prior subject. So I was a little weird. I'm still a little weird, residually. I mean, I've always been weird, but now I'm weirder. I mean, can we just agree that COVID is weird? I don't know what it is. It's like you feel sick, but you also feel weird. It's like, and you maybe don't even feel as bad as sometimes when you feel regular sick, but there's something weird. And then I called somebody by the wrong name, so I know very well, 2 times in a week. So for what it's worth, COVID is weird. So when I was talking to Russ about what we were going to write about, we were starting to kind of go maybe kind of heavy. And I was like, I don't think I can do heavy. But we ended up doing something pretty whack. But I love the song that we wrote, but it's whack. And I sent it, I sent it to my mom and I sent it to my ex and I sent it around, because I was I sent it to my songwriting compadres and I wanted to get some feedback about the wackedness of it. And no one responded on the wackedness. They only gave praise. So I just want to play this for you because I feel like I can count on you, Married to Monday. I feel like I can count on you, Baller Dollars, to, Cannonballers. But yeah, I hope I can count on your Baller Dollars because let's face it. So this song is called, what is this song called? You Only Love Me in October. And Russ Condon and I wrote it, and I'm just going to play it for you. And then I want to see if I can get the reaction from you that I am wanting to get without manipulating you beforehand. All right? Here it is. something new, brand new. Wrote it last week while suffering from COVID 2019. Okay, here we go. You only love me in October, but when the nights are getting colder, you always pull away and you're gone by Christmas Day. Throughout every other season, you can't seem to find a reason to drop in on a stranger dressed up like the Lone Ranger. I thought it meant something, the way you carved my pumpkin, but you're at the neighbor's door. Yeah, you're on every porch. Why do you always hide behind some dumb disguise? Do you only make me scream because it's Halloween? You only love me in October, when the nights are getting colder. You always pull away and you're gone by Christmas Day. Throughout every other season, you can't seem to find a reason to come and take my candy, dressed like Yankee Doodle Dandy. What's hiding under that cheap plastic cowboy hat? Next time you trick or treat, I'll need to see ID. The way you looked at me through holes cut into sheets. Aren't you a little old to act like you're a ghost? Oh, you only love me in October, when the nights are getting colder. You always pull away and you're gone by Christmas Day. Throughout every other season, you can't seem to find a reason to hit me up for goodies, dressed up like your Sheriff Woody. You only love me in October. How about that? How about that? Okay, no comments over here on the stream. Instagram. I have a story from high school to share with you offline. Check your DMs after the stream. Does it have anything to do with falling in love with a trick-or-treater? It is. I had it end of February and still feeling kind of off. Now working through a double ear infection. I know, off, right? Hi, Looper Jim. Welcome. Okay, no pressure then. I appreciate all the Halloween references. Okay, thank you. Creative. Okay, shout out to Cass. That's funny. You guys, I'll just tell you this. Courtney and I we're gonna start a podcast called Bad Bitches, spelled BADHD. Nobody steal this idea. And we're gonna talk about. She's a doctor and I'm a whatever I am, and we're gonna talk about. Yeah. Thank you so much, you guys. Like the melody, really loved it. Return to the Treveners. You guys, the song is giving pedo. It is totally inappropriate. Why is no one picking up on that? You can't fall in love with a trick-or-treater. You can't be mad at someone a little boy who comes to your door in a cowboy hat once a year and then like say he ghosts you, you know? But also, there is some irreverence there because every guy around here is wearing a cowboy hat, whether it's October or not. so it kind of seems like I was kind of thinking that. The song it's giving pedo. Why won't anyone say it? It's like it's Married to Monday. Where else can you say it? Well, welcome to Married to Monday. I am Caitlin Cannon, because it's two consenting adults. But you don't know that. How do you know? Okay, I am Caitlin Cannon, like I said, and this is Married to Monday, where I play you something old, something new, something borrowed, something blue. We are officially halfway through the set, which is when I say you can be a baller dollar by sending in your baller dollars to my Venmo, which is right there on the screen, or it's in the PayPal, or also, if money is tight, which I understand, there are other things that you can do to support Married to Monday to help us keep the ring lights on. One of those is you can sign my mailing list. I put it in the description. If you sign the mailing list, you are automatically entered into something new I have started that I hope is not just another thing that I start that I don't do. But right now, I am fully committed, at least for the month of April. Hi. Welcome, Kat. You said it, John. I just assumed because you're not a pedo. Okay. No, I'm not. No, I am not a pedo. It's true. But like what is it? We sustain suspension of disbelief, suspension of reality. Okay. Like if I write a song about being pedo, or if I write a song that's giving pedo, I just want somebody to mention it. I just want anyone, not one person, not even my mother, was like, don't do it. He was like forced to dress up to support the kid. Oh, I missed it. Gosh, what just happened? Diesel, I thought you could make it tonight. You just missed this song. Diesel would have said something. We know he would have. I just wrote a pedo song. Okay. So anyways, what I was going to say was I put the link in the description, and most of you are already on the mailing list, but you can go and sign up on the mailing list, and in the monthly newsletter, you're automatically entered into the Bad Decision of the Month Club. And in the monthly newsletter, I am going to give you 25% off a bad decision of my choosing. For instance, you might get 25% off the Jesus is My Lover prayer candle, which I think we can all agree was a very bad decision. Just bad. Bad, bad, bad. I have been praying to it a lot, though. Like a lot. Like foxhole prayers. I've been praying a lot. It's been working. Last night I played some dice. I played a dice game and I won like $30. Prayed to Jesus. It was Easter. Boo just dropped in to say hi. About to start. See ya. Bye-bye. I was imagining teenage Caitlin was singing it. I'm like so mad at you guys for not accusing me of being pedo. But it's true. There are lots of other like actual pedos that you could really be. I don't think it's like somebody said, who was it? Someone did say something. They were like, oh, it's about time a woman, we got to even it out because there's like enough man pedophilia going on, out there. It's like we got to balance the scales. It's almost like a feminist pedo thing. Okay. So, yes, this is the part where we pass the collection tray. Please send in your baller dollars or click on that little link that's in the description if you can get it, because I don't think you can get it. If you're on YouTube, you can get it. If you're on Twitch, you can get it. If you're in Restream, you can get it. I don't think there's a way for me to give it to you on Instagram unless someone wants to be a mod and put it in the chat. So, yeah, over here on Twitch, I'm still playing to one viewer, and I'm pretty sure it's me, so we got to work on that. Okay. So, Caitlin Cannon, Married to Monday, something old, something new, time for something borrowed. Thanks, Magic Smith. For something borrowed, you guys, the song by Jordan Shellhart, I love this song. That she put out, I think it was on her 2022 record. It was the first song on the record. Does anyone know who Jordan Shellhart is? I didn't, but she's one of these prodigies who moved to Nashville when she was 10. Like, her parents moved her here. She had a publishing deal when she was 14. She was on the Grand Ole Opry by the time she was, oh, thanks, John. She was on the Grand Ole Opry by the time she was 16. And then she kind of, I don't know what happened. There's really not a lot there. It almost reminds me of like a Caitlin Rose situation where she put out that incredible album in 2013, and then she just kind of dipped out. I think the real songwriters in Nashville like kind of can't be really bothered with all of the ricketa-racketa that they want you to do, and like this box script that all of the suits are always feeding you, and like there's like a real divide between like the writer and the artist, and like the sort of the person who is like, they don't listen to your songs, they just ask you how many streams you have or impressions or clicks, and it just gets really, really it gets really tiresome and old. And so I think a lot of sort of the OG writers just kind of like dipped out, you know, they were just like not concerned with that, which would kind of be my guess. I didn't do a whole lot of digging, but she put out this record, I think it was 2022, so she's 30 years old. So basically it was her first solo album. Like, it was her first actual release. It was her debut album, right? So signed to Sony at 14, didn't put a debut album out until, I mean, I know she was writing on the road, but didn't put a debut album out until she was 30. So I think the writing on this record is really interesting. It's different than any kind of other writing that I've heard. And unlike the last song, I am going to go ahead and tell you something about this song, because you have to listen to the song a couple of times in order to understand what it is that she did here that I think is so amazing. So, like, have you ever been in a situation where you've been gaslight to hell and back by somebody? This song is for you. It is about an abusive relationship. It's called Amelia. And all of the lyrics are dialogue coming from the other person. And it's so interesting because you can hear her dialogue, the dialogue that she would say back to this person, based on the dialogue that she's getting. I am going to tell you that up front because I'm not going to play it twice. But it is called Amelia by Jordan Shellhart, and you guys should go get it. It's just sort of, it hits home, you know? So for something borrowed, this is the selection. Amelia, I knew the moment I saw you, you were a princess in another life. Amelia, I knew I would always want you, a flower too pretty to let out of my sight. Amelia, I know you hate the name Amy, but it's sweet, short, fits you like a crown. Amy, just say that you'll follow me anywhere, follow me anywhere, even down. Amy, I hope that you're not still angry about the thing I said to you last night. It's only a joke, but I know how you get. I forgive you for starting to cry. Amy, come here, you're so far away from me. I said I wouldn't lay a hand on you again. But you seem afraid, like I've been drinking or something. We both know that's not who I really am. Amy, how can you have such a cold shoulder when all I do is love you like it's June?
just like you. Amy, don't act like you're so high and mighty. What do you mean, call you by your name? Turn around, Amy, this isn't funny. Amelia, Amelia, okay, okay. Amelia, I swear, if you keep walking, if you take one more step towards that fucking door, Amelia, I'm gonna do something crazy. I don't know how to live without you anymore. Amelia by Jordan Shellhart, Something Borrowed. That was the cover of the night. I hope that... I'm sorry, I'm seeing this comment right now. Let's see. I know the other Caitlin pretty well. I think we can all learn from her lack of give a fuck whether good or bad. Really? Do you know her, Ryan? Do you know Caitlin Rose? You know that I love her, right? I mean, I would say I kind of revere, respect her, love her. That 2022 album. You know, I should do something from that album next time if I don't have a special guest, because you guys know I have some special guests lined up. I just got to wait for them to be in town. And I'm not going to be in town next. I'm going to be on the road. I'm going to be in Texas for all of May. So we'll be broadcasting Married to Monday remotely. But anyway, you guys go get that record. And it's called Primrose, and all of the songs on it are absolutely incredible. So, yeah. All right. Something old, something new, something borrowed. Time for something blue. Thank you guys so much for joining me tonight at Married to Monday. She was one of Rochelle's close high school friends. Joey has toured with her. Yeah, I did know Joey played with her. Well, damn, that song was something else, right? Thanks, Rachel. Wasn't it? It's been bringing me comfort to play it because I'm going through something. I'm always going through something hard, as you know. But like there's always a crisis of some kind going on over here. But I'm going through something right now that is triggering that kind of behavior that you're like, I don't do that anymore. Or what is that? Or that's been dormant. Like, I don't act like that. I have tools. I don't do that. So it's like that hysterical thing. And it's like I'm panicking. It's like I'm panicking. Everything inside me feels like it's on fire. And when I was thinking about what I was going to play for something blue, I was like, okay, well, I'll play something I wrote to soothe me when I'm in this sort of sadness state, you know? And it was either going to be the impact or You're Losing Me or My Own Company, you know? And when I was going back through the impact, and I was like, sometimes when you write these songs and then you sing them again, when you're in like a different kind of a crisis, they mean something different, you know, the words. And this time it's like, what continues to resonate for me about the impact, is that you can have, it's like nothing's changed. I'm still breathing the same air. They still cut the grass on Monday. My feet are on the floor. You know, I have like 2 eggs. You know, like nothing's changed. Everything's the same. But I feel like the world is ending
And yeah, it's almost like the only thing that's different is that there is there's this, it's this fear that there's a weight that's gonna crush me, but it's a perspective issue, because the reality is there is no weight, right? It's gonna crush me. So the thing about the impact is like the fear of the thing can be equally, if not more, crippling or devastating as the thing itself. And I also just think that it's hard to, I think it's hard to find empathy for this kind of place, because it just sounds like another, like, oh, you're going through another breakup, or you're going through and it's just like, oh yeah, it's hard, but it's like they compound in a sense. So it's like I don't know how it sometimes it just means all these other things, just about the shame, right, that comes with like, well, I learned that already, or I can't believe I did that again, or I can't believe I didn't, I knew better. All those things. And like really what I'm contending with is this other part of me that like wanted to climb that high, wanted to, like with the impact, right? It's obviously about like you're falling to your death, but you're going to die of a heart attack before you reach the ground, which is, it happens when people are falling to their deaths from high heights, right? A heart attack kills them before the pavement does. And so yeah, that's interesting, Sean. They exert control by weaponizing fear. It's true. This wasn't really a grooming situation, though, but I have been there before. Hey, thanks for coming to Skinny Dennis, by the way. I saw you out there. No, I understand you, Caitlin, and it's okay. Thanks, Deb. Ugh, God. Ugh. I'm like, I always cry at least once on Married to Monday, so any minute now. The message of the impact is something that resonated for me with my mom lately. Such an amazing, oh, thanks, Ryan. I'm so glad that song could be, Ryan's going through something hard too. Oh yeah, that shame can be so wild. Been feeling a lot of that lately, Arnold. Thanks, Rachel. It means a lot. Yeah, so the thing I want to say is, I think the last thing, it's like, okay, so there's these other things, right, that you can do to try and exert some control over a situation in order like to manipulate an outcome so you don't have to contend with that fear. Which, as Sean says, it's fear itself, right? And so I observed myself go through like every single tactic that you can go through, like maybe on a micro level. I was sort of like trying to not be totally insane, but like first it was anger, then it was like manipulation, and then it was like, and I was like doing all these things and then it was honesty, and then it was vulnerability, and it was like I tried every single tactic to try and control the outcome until ultimately I get to the point where I realize I have no control. I am completely powerless. I have no control over this outcome. I have no control over what this person will do. And so all I can do is surrender. And then it's like in that surrender that you start to kind of see things for what they really are. Hopefully, like I feel like then you got to go through it on the other side where you're like, first you're justifying your anger, and then you're the victim, and then you're all this until you can kind of be like, okay, like parsing out, like, well, here's my part, and this is really the capability of this person, And it is so painful. And I just like, I still think that goes away. Like, I still think like, oh, at some point in this life, we arrive somewhere where we don't feel that anymore, where we find someone where we're safe. And I actually don't think that's the human experience. Like, I don't think we ever really get there, you know? I mean, I don't know, Debs. Maybe you feel relatively safe, huh? So there's something to be said for that. But as you know, I am a human design reader now, and I apparently don't even come into any sort of blossoming until I'm 50. That's just what it means to be a 6th line. Hello, Compound Studio. Hello, Lex Diamond 99. JWJ Raff, if you guys are still here. Just looking back. Once fear is in place, then you can't secrete oxytocin. What? No, that must be why I hate it so much. Because those are my drugs, you know. It's so hard when what you know and what you feel don't line up. Oh, God. Yeah. And I'm very aware that, like, there's still this, like, there's, like, a child inside of me that will override all logical adult thinking and just be like, no, we're doing this. And I don't care how many times we've tried this and failed. We're doing this, you know? So I was going to play the impact for you guys for something blue to soothe my blues today. And if you're joining me for the first time, I'm Caitlin Cannon. Welcome to Married to Monday, where I play you something old, something new, something borrowed, and something blue, hopefully in exchange for your baller dollars or any kind of support, really. I said earlier, Love Addict reached 1,000 streams on Spotify, and it just really helps to have people continue to listen to the record. So this is another song off of the record called The Impact, and thank you so much to all the Cannonballers for showing up like you always do. It's good to be here with you guys tonight. I do think maybe it is weird not having Facebook. I don't know. Let me know if you guys were like, we didn't get the Facebook thing. Don't think anything's happening on Twitch at all. So, new to Twitch, but Twitch is being a twatch, okay? All right. Thanks for tuning in too, Ryan. It's great to see everybody, and I love you guys. I love that we're here for each other this way. Surrender is the basis of all love, am I right? Yeah. Are you right? If I seem a little off and far away, it's just because I put on my fight and hanging on, but it was not enough. It's out of my hands. I know it's gonna break every bone, but here I
Here I am in midair, falling as fast as the rain. Out here where all I have is a prayer, and the gravity promises pain. It's all gonna change. I don't know how long I'll last, bracing myself for the impact. Thank you guys so much for coming to Married to Monday. I will see you on first Monday in May with a whole new set. Twitch is comatose. Hi, Eric. Hi, John. Again, heart hands. Needed this song. Yeah, totally. To Ambrose Blue. Hello, welcome to the very end of live stream. So thank you, Cannonballers. So good to be with you tonight. I love you guys. Oh, should I tell you a secret? Okay. How about I tell you where the show's gonna be on Saturday? What do you think about that? Would that be a good secret to tell you? I could give you all the